Thank you for having a look at this presentation on visual meta. The point is to increase the power of the written word by making documents more powerfully interactive to support faster and deeper reading, as well as more thought-out writing, by adding a few words at the end of a book or document. This approach builds more richly interactive environments, where the elements in the environments are more aware of themselves, what their characteristics are, and their contexts. The key is to let documents know more about who they are, how to cite them, what they contain, and how they are structured. Building virtual information landscapes, not just frozen pixels. So this is paper meta. In the front of most books, you'll find information about the publisher, the author, title, and so on. This is PDF meta. Just kidding, there's hardly ever any PDF metadata in any document, even those downloaded from really reputable sites. So what we've done, instead of having the meta information in the front of a document, we've added it as an appendix at the end of a document. This is what visual meta looks like. And no, we're not trying to introduce a new standard to solve a problem. This is the standard that is already in use, BibTeX, just used in a novel way. It's broken into three parts. The first is an introduction where it introduces itself. It says what version it is and what software generated it. The next bit is actual only plain BibTeX, saying who the author is, the title, year, institution, and so on, in a completely human readable format, as you can see. This is followed by a bit of optional JSON, which describes the structure of the document, including where the headings are and what level they are. This can also include information about who wrote a specific section in cases of collaborative work. It is really worth pointing out that most of this is retained inherent data. The document already knows what the headings are, so all it does is export it automatically. There is a little bit of metadata that the user would add, such as their own name and the title, but that is quite trivial. It's not a matter of adding tons of expensive metadata. The actual export of visual meta has a description at the top of the visual meta saying what it is in normal English language. This is for anyone who wants to implement this very open system today or in the far distant future. It's also worth noting that the appendix can have an appendix after it, where things can be added live as the document is used, such as any annotations or any changes to the permissions of the document in a workflow. The key benefit of visual meta to the end user is advanced interactions while reading. This includes being able to fold the document into an outline, click on a citation and the text to see a pop-off of the reference information, an integrated glossary, endnotes to click on rather than have space take up on the page, and you can even change the citation style to any academic style that the reader wants. Augmented Citing allows the user to copy text from a PDF document and paste it into a word processor, and it is pasted as a full citation, which will be included in the references on export. This is probably the most immediate, powerful feature for a student. In the future, it can also enable computational text, such as having an equation in the text, which the reader software can understand what it is and allow the user to interact with to change the variables. Visual meta is also available to servers, meaning that a server can analyze a huge amount of documents that have visual meta and analyze it based on meaning, because any illustrations, graphs, and so on in the document can be described with what their values are, such as a basic thing of x, y in a graph can be made clear to a server so that it can extract this meaning without employing advanced AI or other techniques. And here's the thing. Visual meta is legacy safe. It works in any PDF reader because it is just text at the back of the document. And it is robust, so this is designed for the long haul. It can even be printed, scanned, OCR'd, and none of the data will be lost. It's easy to say that metadata is as important as data, so why not put it on the same level and not hide it somewhere in the data stream that can get stripped away at some point. Thank you for having a look at this. Please go to visual-meta.info to learn more, and feel free to contact us. Here's a picture of our beautiful baby boy, Edgar, 3.5. I hope he will grow up in a world of much more interactive and robust documents.